What's up, guys? It's your boy Justin here. Today we have a special episode where we are going to be showing you how I turned this little pen here, this Lily pen that has been provided to me by an amazing friend of mine. Thank you, Megan, for the pens. Where I turned one of these pens into the precision pen tool that I've talked about before. I'm going to show you the whole process from step A to step Z. Okay? So it starts with actually taking off the cap and cutting off where the syringe is going to go. So we need to cut a line through here and get the vial out. And once we do that, then we can seriously modify it and make it exactly the right proportions and cut in the right spots to where we can fit a syringe in here appropriately. So I'm going to show you that. This part takes outside and it's a nice snowy day out. I have trash accumulating behind me. Need to take that out. But we're going to go ahead and get this done anyways because there has been some demand for it. Some people love it. I've already had someone order a second pen because he liked the first one so much. So I'm making more of these and I'm going to go ahead and show you how it's done. Now to start, what we need is safety, because this part is using a hot knife to cut through around here in order to get the vial out. There's going to be plastic fumes, so obviously we're going to need safety goggles. We're going to need something to block the mouth so you don't breathe in any smoke, and we also got this fan right here in order to get rid of any fumes. So let me get this safety gear on and we'll zoom in on the work and we'll get back to you. Alright boys, we're back. We got a little scarf here, a little gaiter to protect my mouth from any fumes, and we also got some safety goggles. Now, as beautiful an image this is, I think it's time we actually zoom in on the pen itself and so you can see my hands at work, okay? So here we have 3 different Lily Humalog Junior pens, and by the way, the Humalog Junior pens that Megan provided me, these actually do half units, meaning that when a syringe is in here, they're going to do 1/20th of a unit, and that's going to be pretty cool. Now again, we have our fan right here to blow away any smoke. We're going to go ahead and turn that on. We have a Coldwood detailer right here that I'm going to use as my hot knife. I have a special tip on here, this little Coldwood detailer tool. That's a knife tip that when I turn it on, it's going to heat up very, very, very hot. And I just turned it on. I'm going to give it about 30 seconds to heat up, and then we're going to get started. And in the meantime, we already peeled the stickers off of these. We're going to go ahead and take the caps off and throw them in this little Tupperware container right here. So we're going to do that for all 3 of them. Cap off, in the Tupperware, cap off, in the Tupperware. Okay, so now we got that done. Next step is going to be, of course, to actually burn it. We're going to let this heat up a little bit longer because it is cold out, but soon we'll be started here. Now you can't tell because it is cold out, so you really can't see the origins of it, but this hot knife has gotten pretty hot. So we're going to go ahead and start on this. We're going to start with this one right here. So as you see, what I'm doing right now is I'm basically gently rolling the pen sideways while I have my knife's edge dragging on it in a line until it melts all the way through the plastic and is able to get the vial out. Now, you could try this at home with something like scissors or a knife, but I recommend using a hot knife that you can actually melt it with, because if you try to apply too much pressure to this, you might end up breaking the glass vial inside, and that'd be a lot mess. It might hurt you. You want to avoid that. Safety first. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this pen base right here that we burnt the vial out of, and we're going to actually use a laser cutter to cut it at just the right length to where a syringe is going to fit in it at just the right space. The reason we're using a laser cutter is we need the precision, the mathematical precision of it, in order to make the syringe fit just right. We can't have it loose at all. So I can't just do this part with my hands. Let me show you how it's done. If you're interested, by the way, in the kind of laser that this is, it's a K40 laser. just some cheap laser I got from eBay from China. Um, it's a little quirky, it's a little hard to work with sometimes. It's not the most convenient product out there. It's probably better razors you can find now. I got it years ago, but it's still pretty reliable for the price, and for a first laser cutter, I do recommend it. I'm going to turn it over a few times in order to get each side because this thing doesn't do any rotations on its own, unfortunately. And there you have it. Now we can just sort of take this off like that. And now we have the pen cut at just the right size for this project. Next step, of course, is the pen cap. And this part is where we're actually going to be putting the syringe in and then into the pen. And with this, we also need to use the laser cutter because, again, we need precise cuts here and here, like notches that the wings can fit through, and also a cut here for the end of the syringe to fit through. And we need it precise, of course, in order to make sure the syringe is nice and snug. Let's go ahead and get that started. And for the pen cap, we're actually going to use a dummy piece from another pen that just didn't quite make the cut, right? We're going to fit that on here like that because they all fit the same anyway. And we're going to use that to make it easier for the laser to know exactly where to cut. Okay? So let's get this done. Just take some pliers and ply this off like so. We're going to scrape a little bit with the scraper, and then we're going to do the other side. There we have it. Now the notches are complete. Last thing we got to do is cut a hole here so that way the syringe can fit through. After using the scraper to cut it off, there we have it. There's a hole in the pen cap. Now, let's see if we can make it work. Here I have the pen syringe fully done, and here I have a syringe. Let's try it out. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the cap in like so. Put it in through there, nice and tight all the way up, and then we're going to put this in like that until it just simply gets in. And boom, look at that solid fit. That is a beauty right there. Let's test it out while we're at it. Why not? All right, so let's take this up to 6 units, or about 7 units. Put it back in. Put this back in. Make sure it's grounded all the way back. Let's push it up and then grind it back. It's always the hardest to grind that first time, but I take care of that for you if you order one from me. Anyway, let's put that in. Twist and click. Then we'll open it up. Give it a few units just to get to the point where we can see it. Keep in mind, this blue one does half units, so you can only go up to 30, right? We'll take it up to 30. All right, now you should see the plunger right there. Right now it's at just about 3 units, a little bit more. Let's bring it down to 3. All right, now it's at just about 3 units. let's see what happens if we use, let's say, 15 on this. All right, so I got it dialed up to 15. I know it's a little blurry, but believe me, it definitely says 15. There we go. And let's push it in. And when you look at that, it goes exactly to 1.5 units. Is that not incredible? So that's how it works. That's how it's made. That's the whole show, everyone. Of course, I also clean it up and then clean my hands. They get a little dirty with the soup. And if you're wondering about the plastic smoke, there is a vent here that actually goes up and out a window, so that does take care of that. That's all I have for one. Keep taming that type 1. And I hope this nice little video about making the Pro Precision Pen helps you realize the work put into it. And it doesn't even show up. It doesn't show the parts where I'm actually experimenting, where I'm trying to figure out the measurements. It took a long amount of time to get to just this simple point right here. Hope you enjoy the video, everyone. Keep taming type 1, and be sure to follow me on Gab, Rumble, and all those other alternative platforms, as long as YouTube and Facebook, in order to keep touch with me and in order to keep updated. And of course, if you'd like to buy one of these Pro Precision pens, I do sell them. You can send me a message, or you can email me at justin@tametype1.com. Now, these ones with the half units, I'll probably sell for a premium. Again, thank you, Megan, for bringing these to me, because they are cool. They're a bit more useful. You can do 1/20th of a unit rather than just 1/10 of a unit with the gray ones. But either way, these are an awesome invention. If you like one, I would be glad to give one to you. Thanks a lot, everyone. What's up, guys? If you liked that video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, be sure to subscribe, and be sure to share the video with your friends so that way the world can find out what it truly takes to tame type 1. Along with that, be sure to check out my website, tametype1.com, where you can find testimonials, where you can find more tips and tricks, and you can even sign up for type 1 diabetic coaching. Along with that, if you aren't on them yet, please follow me on my social media platforms, and not just Facebook, YouTube, but also Gab, Rumble, Telegram, and Odyssey. We never know when the censorship overlords in big tech are going to come for me next, being a truth teller when it comes to health. So be sure to follow these platforms, and that way, no matter what happens, you'll always be able to follow us, and you'll always learn the next new tips in taming type 1 diabetes. Follow along, everyone. Keep updated. Share the video, and learn what it takes to tame type 1. I'll see y'all next time.